What's up, guys? I think I'm going to be doing some work on my car tonight. Finally got the part, my strut mount part. I don't know why it took so freaking long to get here, but for a quick refresher for some of you that may not know, I get this creaking sound. It's coming from the right corner of the car, if you can hear that. It's more pronounced when I'm driving. You won't hear it as much now, but it's a high-pitched squeaking wail. And I think I isolated it to the strut mount. It was loose, and that was after I put in some RCE lowering springs. I didn't the noise immediately, but the noise kind of started about a month after, and I thought it was something wrong with my steering. But after some checking and taking off the wheel and the strut, I discovered that the bolt that holds the dampener in place on the strut was loose, or it wiggled itself loose. And I don't know if that's just because I didn't torque it down properly. More than likely that's the case. Anyhow, the bearings in my strut mount sound like crap. And that's what I think that squeaking noise is. I thought it was the rubber hat that goes between the mount and the dampener, but my bearings are all jacked up in there, I believe. So I'm going to do the work tonight because I don't like driving with a faulty part that sounds like crap and could fail at any point. So my part came in, and I don't know why it took so long. Wow, look at this moth. Part took so long, I guess because it came from Tacoma, Washington. I don't know why it got shipped from all the way out there. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. The problem is I wanted a group N mount, which should have been a little bit stiffer. And I was going to get group N mounts all the way around, but try as I might, I couldn't find 2015 group N mounts for my car, for this model. I don't know, maybe I wasn't looking in the right place. It's very possible, but I just went ahead with the OEM strut mount. I only got one for the time being. I just, want to make sure it's the right part and it actually fixes the problem before I go all out. So this should be a brand new OEM, which it looks like it is. What is with that? Oh, weird markings there. So looking down in the hole there, you can see the bearings look as they should, new. A little bit of grease on them. So I will go and get changed. I just got home from work, and man, it's getting treacherous out there, guys. Coming up the road, and it must have just happened within 5 or 10 minutes, but somebody was driving in a minivan or something, and they freaking hit a deer, man, and ripped its head clean off. And the deer was on the side of the road, and there was all this deer and gut meat in the road, and people were like swerving out of the way. So I'm like, why are these people swerving? Why are they swerving? So, I swerved too, but the car in front of me went through the deer debris and like all up my windshield. And mind you, I just cleaned this car and, waterless washed it and just prepped the whole thing and everything and had it all nice and clean. And now it's hard to see, but I got deer splattering all up my windshield. And when I stopped at the gas station to get gas, I'm sitting there like wiping off deer meat chunks off the front of my freaking car. That's how nasty it was. I mean, literally red chunks of deer meat were just splattered all over the front end of my car. So I absolutely despise this time of year. I love the fall season, but right before, right as the time change comes and the deer are like running around the same time when people are commuting home, it's just treacherous, man. That's people are hitting deer left, right, and center. So anyhow, not to take up a lot of time, I'm going to go in here, get changed, and get to changing out this strut mount. So I got my torque wrench and my little rinky-dink Craftsman toolkit, but it's got all the stuff I need. And since I'm going to be popping off this strut, I'm gonna need my, oh God, there we go. Nope, that's tight. I need to, get my compression tools down since I'm gonna be taking the spring off. So, you need your compression tools, your torque wrench, and your regular doodads to get the job done. So this will probably be a 3-part series. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And once I get it off, I'll probably do a comparison of the new and the jacked up one, the bearings. And then once I get it all mounted back on, I'll just do a quick drive and make sure I'm not getting any more squeaks. So should be a 3-part video since I don't have any editing software right now. And that's about it. I'll get back to you guys in a minute.